This Saturday, a Catholic group will host a march in support of the ousted Bishop of Tyler, Bishop Strickland. Ahead of this show of support, KLTV7's J.D. Conti spoke with East Texas Catholics about their thoughts on this controversial decision making headlines around the world.
Growing up Catholic here in East Texas, it's hard not to know Bishop Strickland.
Last Saturday, the Vatican announced the removal of Bishop Strickland, the Bishop of Tyler, following an in-person investigation into his leadership. While the results of that investigation are yet to be released, East Texas Catholics are asking questions after losing a leader of over 30 years. He
himself was raised here in East Texas and was really with the church here locally in the Diocese of Tyler from the diocese beginnings in the 1980s. And so he's been a leader here in the Catholic community for as long as I can remember.
Bishop Strickland has been no stranger to controversy. His public spars with Pope Francis have gathered national attention. In an August 22nd letter to the diocese, Strickland reminds parishioners of several biblical principles and warns, quote, "Many of these truths will be examined as part of the Synod on Synodality." Strickland refers to an ongoing conference of church leaders in Rome. While nothing is being voted on, the church has had discussions on women deacons and blessing same-sex marriages. Father Tim Kelly of the Holy Spirit Church in Holly Lake has previously called for Strickland's resignation.
Rome has spoken. That is the end of the matter. That is the end of the matter. And to all those faithful Catholics out there, your membership of the Catholic Church is not the same as your citizenship. The Church is not a democracy.
Sydney Oliveto is a part of the ICBOBS group, or I came because of Bishop Strickland. She and her husband moved to East Texas from Washington State to be closer to family in Alabama. But like hundreds of other East Texans, they also moved to worship under a bishop who they say is simply preaching their true faith.
We also knew that, the bishop stood on kind of grounds that our modern church is not so fond of today. It's unfortunate, but we have a sense of modernism that has been growing in the Catholic faith, and it's counter to the fundamental truths and the foundation of truth that's in the Catechism.
And that's part of what I truly adored about Bishop Strickland was his courage and willingness to stand up and speak truth when truth needed to be spoken. And so certainly that is a criticism that has been laid at his feet, but it's something that I think is a strength.
J.D. Conti, KLTV 7 News.
We did reach out to Bishop Strickland for comment on this story, but have not heard back. The march in support of Strickland will begin at 10 o'clock Saturday morning at the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception in Tyler, and they'll march to the downtown Tyler Square before going back to the cathedral.